Sure. To be honest, it really is a culture shock to go from such a small school to a bigger school that's back to the public range.
Well over a couple thousand students.
Maybe. Depends on the school you go to after this one. But this place is more of a stepping stone to get you to where you need to be. Because if you just stayed in public school all the way through this your entire journey, it would be completely different. Like AOI Academy, or what's it called now?
Academy of Innovation.
Thank you. That shows us how long it's been since we've been here. But it showed us like how learning could be different with a smaller group and like more focused studies rather than having the big humdrum of public schools where there's so many classes, so many things to keep track of, so many different pressures and stigmas and all kinds of expectations to be when you're in public school. While here, just look at all of y'all. You're all, or as far as I can tell, just like having fun, doing musical chairs, whatever you want to call it this far. It's all more relaxed, accepting. It's
fun.
You'll learn to appreciate it once you're out of here. Because high school and wherever you go, elementary, middle school, high school, and even college, they don't really have that kind of thing. True college is a bit more free will, but once you get to, because I'm pretty sure most of you are probably going to go after high school, if not college, that you're going to have a lot more work, a lot more just different atmosphere. So while you're here, I really suggest you guys enjoy it, because I know for one, I miss it a lot.
No, that's great. I love it. Did you learn anything? So it was a lot of fun here, but did you learn anything?
Yes, actually, a lot. I, for one, when I first came here, I kind of had a speech problem, so I went into it as much as I hate it. As Mark can attest, Wilson. Do any of you guys take that?
Do you all take Wilson? How many people here have had Wilson? Had it?
Oh, okay.
And how many people love Wilson?
That's what I thought. Yeah, I'm not the only one.
But
as repetitive as it is, and as annoying as it is in my mind, I sad to say it does work. I can read better. I can articulate a lot better. My reading level in the past was at lower or to mid average. But after that, once I started taking that and then coming to these classes, I honestly can read my level even higher. Now I'm reading, and as much as I don't want to, reading high school college textbooks filled with all sorts of random things that you need to learn for your class. And then just the atmosphere, just people helping each other, being nice to each other. And you probably all like this, but you guys all remember the auction, right? Probably your favorite part of Fridays.
It definitely was his.
what did you get? I'm sure, Nathan, you remember what were some of the best things you got at auction?
For me, or what I remember? Because
what do you remember?
Oh, all sorts. I got Legos, Skylanders, just different trinkets here and there, and Trevor's Man Purse will forever be in my mind.
Explain. Okay, how many people
the
remember
kid on the
Trevor?
picture all the way over
Anybody
there.
remember Trevor? Sophia, remember? You remember Trevor? All right, explain Trevor's Man Purse.
There was.
That will forever be in the history books of this.
in our heads. And
in our heads, at
your
least.
husband's exploding.
It was back in the old building, of course.
And we had the auction, of course, and there was a purse that had something in it. So Trevor, a guy here, he thought there was money in it. Turns out it was a necklace that he put on afterwards and got stuck around his neck. So
it was kind of like we have mystery bags now. So a lot of times people buy a mystery bag, and sometimes the mystery bags have crazy things, and sometimes they don't.
He was expecting it to be money, but it was so he ended up with a purse and a necklace. So therefore, it became known as his man purse.
The Man Purse, Trevor's Man Purse.
But as much as even though it's fun, it also does help you with your money management. Like today, we have phone bills now, which we have to pay, and I have job gas, which I never move. Be so expensive. But
Start paying attention to those prices.
true. but it helps you with money management, learning what you can spend, what you can't spend, what's more important, what isn't important. There's just a lot of things that really just helped. It's hard what to say. What else?
Well, you guys, you're doing a great job. So you were here, then you went on to Gainesville High School.
Gainesville High School.
How were the high school classes when you were in high school?
Exactly as you would remember being public school is, but just older people. You would be surprised at how much of a mindset that public school has compared to Academy and Innovation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I'm still.
That's
talking
okay.
the
You're
same
fine.
about Academy.
We're still the same people.
Anyways, so it's just older people, but still the same mindset, as in just sit down, do your work, make sure you obey the rules, and pass the classes. The teachers might or might not care whether you do anything or not. Laws, all this kind of, like I said before, legal expectations, legal terms, everything that adds to so much pressure that this place is free of, which I, for one, was very glad to not have to worry about, especially during the middle school years. Because talking to our friends who did go to public schools during the middle school years, middle school / early high / late elementary school is probably one of the more harder times to get through school. So then that's what it looks like all of y'all are at, late elementary through early high school. And those are the times that really shape you who you are going to be. And here, what I learned is that everyone's different, and there are so many different things that people can give and people are, that at high school you just learn to, and middle school there's only just the stigma of you being something and then you be part of the crowd, but here you're all able to be your individual selves, your own people with your own weaknesses and own strengths that allow you to push on. And when you get on to high school, sure, it'll be a culture shock, like we said, and moving to any small thing to a big thing is always going to be a huge step, but this place allows you to know that there's still going to be challenges ahead, but that this allows you to build towards that and then finally move on to what you need to do.
So even once you're out of here, be yourself.
How is the transition to go from high school to college, or high school to work? Like, you both work, correct?
Yes, we both have part-time jobs.
Okay, so you have part-time jobs to help you with college?
With college.
Okay. How was the transition from high school to college? Because we have Natalie, who's just about ready, and Court, Sawyer, they're ready to take that next step. Yeah. What advice can you give
your
them?
opinions first?
Well,
Our opinions vary different.
Okay, well,
honestly, it's once again, it's different. It's a huge culture shock, but college is if I would say it, is a lot more free time and oriented to you. But that doesn't mean forget everything just because it's my time now. I can do whatever I want, because one, you're paying for it, and that hurts, and two, if you don't pass, you have to take it again. And if you have to take it again, you're doing the same thing over again.
you have to pay for it.
And you have to pay for it again, which is even more out of your bank and wallet. So, structure is what I'd say. Because I, for one, I've always been a guy in structure. Like, every day I wake up at the same time, I go to bed at the same time, I do this time, this time. So, if you do go into college, or even into high school, where they're more structured, part-time student at college, what they call it?
Dual enrollment.
Dual enrollment, thank you. Structure, that's what you need.
Did you guys do dual enrollment?
We did, yes, for the
So
last
you went
year.
from Gainesville to what college?
When you're
Georgia Tech.
and I'm there right now.
Cool.
And then I went to Georgia Tech.
Nice. So you have to
So,
tell us your...
I will say though, do enrollment if you guys have any. It's free college. It's 100% free college. Do enrollment.
Alright, so Natalie, Sawyer, and Court, that might be something we need to look into. Because I think Linear Tech has a outdoor type, I know Court's dad is outdoor work.
Yeah,
Landscaping.
Yes, they do have.
They have a landscaping program. I don't know if that's what you're interested in. I know that you're a part-time job report, you know. Sawyer will have to just figure out if they have a program for you to do something.
What do you want to go into? You don't know
A
yet?
lot of different things.
Name one.
Shooting,
Shoot.
like teaching classes for shooting.
Hunting classes or like shooting the camera?
A little bit of both, I guess.
They certainly have lots of different.
Yeah,
Cool.
Well,
So
Linear Tech does have technology classes, if you are interested. I don't take them personally, but I have seen the our places like Brandon that I opened 2 years ago.
Natalie, what about you? Not anything?
Well, there's no rush. Don't worry. There's
Yeah.
absolutely no rush.
My mom's swimming.
What, honey?
She's like, well, if you want to go to college, you gotta have to.
You're thinking, well, you have to be thinking of something.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I did because when Linear Tech doesn't actually have what I want to go into.
What do you want to
So-
go into?
I want to go into marine biology.
Still.
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's good.
I want to go into marine biology, and Linear Tech doesn't have that. But what they do have is what I am in right now. It's called interdisciplinary studies, and it's where you can basically do your core credits, and then once you have all your courses, you can transfer some. It's kind of a medium ground, so you don't have to decide what you want.
You get a little taste of everything that they have, so you know which you like. You know.
So you can do music, you can do dental, you can do whatever you want.
All right, Zach, so then you went from,
Linear
did
Tech.
you go down to Georgia Tech?
It's a middle ground. It's a partnership with a coding company. So I meet at the headquarters of the coding company.
What's the name of the coding company?
Prototype Prime.
Where is it located?
Is it
Sonny?
It's I just know
What's it be? Is it in Gainesville or?
I know it's down the I don't know the names of the roads. I just know like just where to
It's like
go.
isn't it like in Duluth, somewhere near Duluth?
Yeah, it's definitely near Duluth.
Okay. All right, so it's in, so it's near,
From here, probably an hour drive.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and towards the Atlanta area,
all right, so straight off the 85, at
Yes.
Pleasant Hill?
Beaver Ruins.
Oh, okay, there you go. So it's straight down, so it's 985 to 85, and it's at Beaver Ruin. Just before Jimmy Carter, you hear about it all over the traffic news.
There was the choice of going directly to Georgia Tech, but that's like a 2-hour drive, and that's like
That's even longer.
that's even longer.
Who's interested in coding? Ashton's interested in coding. No, not anymore. You took coding. Who took coding with Jeremiah? Likes coding. Okay. Didn't you take coding, Ashton, with Mr. Ross? But you don't do it anymore. No. So I know Grayson liked coding. You don't do coding anymore. You did it last year. Excuse me.
Like it, I just, for some reason, don't want to do coding.
Are you happy or sad that you don't do coding? It's one or the other.
I guess so.
Sad? Okay. So maybe Zach can tell you about coding. So you do coding at a company via ways of Georgia Tech.
Yes. So the Georgia Tech instructors come down to the company and then teach there at the company's place, and in return, the company gets first dibs on the graduates that come out of it.
Oh, that's quite
So he's
cool.
basically like,
Well, no, that isn't it.
That's a good step. That is a great step.
Yeah.
We need to look at that, Mr. Sawyer.
Again, it's a different kind of college, but it's still the exact same way that it's up to you to decide whether you pass or fail. You either do the work or you don't do the work. You stay on time. You aren't staying on time. You need to get the schedule down. Part of moving on from public school to college is learning to manage your time and do what you're supposed to do rather than do what you want to do. Which I know sounds horrible. Like, why do what you're supposed to do and why when I can just do what I want to do? I feel the same way. I don't find myself staring at the computer screen sometimes like, why am I doing this? But
Is it hard? Is coding hard?
it takes more of the mindset of coding rather than the difficulty of
Is it like a video game?
It's a puzzle.
It's a puzzle. Okay.
Because, so for me in coding, it's more of finding what you need to do and then getting told by whatever company or whatever project what you need to code, and then you start finding each separate object or parallel that you need to add into the code and then make it run. If it doesn't work, find what you need to do, fix it, try it again. It's a bit repetitive, but it's more of a puzzle that you have to add things into more and more to get what you want with the output to be.
Do they need to have a lot of math or science or?
It depends on the program that you're trying to run. If you're trying to run simplistic programs, none of that is needed. But if you want to run a program, say, to monitor some kind of animal habitat, you need to know what the animal needs, what the habitat needs to have, and then code that into what you want the code to run to keep track of. If you want it to run an algorithm, you need to know what the algorithm does, put math together, and then put that into the algorithm.
So there's different types of coding.
There's different types of coding. It's not just computer science's coding done. Coding is more of a gateway into a completely new horizon of different jobs. Could be programming websites or weather, machines.
So when will you be finished?
The course is set to be near the end of November
This year.
this year.
And then will you get a certificate or a degree?
I get a certificate, and then they start asking questions. So like, okay, can we hire you or not? Are you good to hire or not?
So would you want to take the job or?
To be honest, probably. I mean, if what I myself want to go into is more media arts, like programming for animation on movies or programming video games or what have you. But still, that requires experience and job.
So you'd still stay with Georgia Tech? Do they have like a media coding program?
This is a one-time kind of program.
Okay.
So like once you get the certificate, then like they're like shoving you like, okay,
So
try
you
to go
could work
get a
for
job.
them? Oh,
Yes.
so they want you to get a job?
So they want you to get a job. So Georgia Tech gains the prestige and all that. I mean, sure, it's a win-win for both of us. I
There
mean,
you go. So you get a job and they get a graduate for coding.
yeah.
Okay, that is a win-win. And then will you continue schooling or will you work for this company if they hire you?
Probably drop schooling because it's called a boot camp. So it's just trying to get you ready to be hired and then go off and do your job, and whatever happens after that, it's not different.
So you'll be a viable member of society, paying taxes and having a 401k and
Yes, indeed.
and the checking and a savings account. Adulting. Yeah.
Fun.
There you go. So that works out. My pleasure. Okay. So, what about you, Nathan? Once you finish your second degree program,
I'm in my second semester.
Second semester,
Second
so
and
you'll-
third semester.
so you'll graduate in another semester?
I think.
So 4 semesters?
I think. I don't know. But my plan is to take the semester studies and take 4 credits and then transfer. I'm thinking going to UG because they have a program with, yeah, sorry,
Wow.
tongue-tied.
That's okay.
They have a good program with the Georgia program. Go there.
Ooh, can we take a field trip?
Give us a discount. Let's wait till he gets a job.
That'll be some time, but
I love the Georgia Aquarium.
Uh-huh.
It's a-
There we go.
It's like my. I like the Georgia Aquarium because it was
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions for Nathan and Zach?
Are you guys brothers?
We are. We're actually twins.
What the heck?
There's two types of
course,
twins.
just sitting there.
There's
like,
two types of
smiling
twins.
ever
There's
so slightly.
identical and fraternal. Identical are the same. Fraternal, nothing like.
But still.
Oh yeah, we're as opposite as me. Red, blue.
He thought casual, I thought business casual. So I mean,
What? This place is casual.
It's all good.
just another opposite.
There you go. Any other questions?
No question.
Jeremiah?
What's your favorite animal?
Mine? That's a tough one. I love a lot of ocean animals, really. That's why I kind of want to go into it. Just have a wide variety.
Jeremiah, tell them what's your favorite.
My favorite is a shark.
Yeah.
So Shark Week.
Oh, he's a true shark person. Paul?
What subject benefited you the most from going to high school?
Well, I said it earlier, but structure. It's not really what you.
That's not exactly what study.
I know, but the thing is, it's not really what you learn in there. It helps you go up to college. Very minute though, because it's a completely separate ballpark. But the structure in high school, that saying this happens at this time, this happens at this time, this happens at this time. So when you get out and you're on your own, and the professor won't come up to you and say, "Hey, this is due in 2 weeks," or "This is due in a minute."
Oh, where's your homework?
Well, where's your they
So
won't-
she's doing you a favor, really.
Yeah, they won't do anything.
When she asks for your homework, she's doing you a favor. Little do you know.
They won't come up and ask you that kind of stuff. So
Just have to turn it in.
So
Says it's due.
if you have to know when it's due, and if you miss that due date, they don't give you a second chance. They don't give you a second buck. It's either then or you're done. You get a zero for that. So structure of high school is extremely important, so you can get yourself your own structure. Without it,
And then of course is the, okay, so definitely need structure. Is the one course over another? Is English better to have than math, or math and English the
well,
same?
they kind of you have to take to even graduate high school. You have to take almost everything they can offer. There's some extra ones that you can add, like music, band, I think programming was one. Was it?
No, the specials, just
Yeah.
specials.
But there's not really any. I wish I could
Did you
say that.
pass your classes?
Yes.
Good.
I
We
have-
wouldn't be on to the college.
We wouldn't be in high school, in college if we didn't have our high school diplomas.
There you go. Awesome. Zach, what about you?
I'd say probably depends on what you want to go into, what class is more important. But most of the basic classes, every day, all things that you need to do, or everyday stuff that college requires of you does build on top of stuff that you learn here anyways, even if it doesn't seem like it. So lots of classes are very good for different things, but you never know which one's going to be used more or less depending on who you are. So depending on what you want to go into, what happens in your life, you might use one subject more than the other, but to cover your bases, you don't want to do zero in math and do all in English and then end up having to do math all the time. And you're like, okay, I only did English, now what? So it's good to, like Nathan said, get structure down and then get all your basics of what you want to do in your school life.
All the core courses out of the way. Cool. Awesome. Anybody else? What do you all say to Zach and Nathan?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry for talking your ears off.
Yeah,
No,
I
no.
can see we lost some of you.
They're like, you're better than me.
It's funny if they're not in class.
Yeah, it's on. There you go. All right. Cool. All right. Thank you, Ryan.